Hello YouTube, this is Dark Knight 582 and I'm going to show you how to fix the E74 error on your Xbox 360, which seems to be happening a lot lately due to Microsoft's crappy work. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to fix this problem. Alright, now to start off, I'm sorry my Xbox actually isn't broken. I've actually fixed it already. Here, let me show you real quick. And as you can see, it powers on. I can never get it to, it never did break again after I fixed it. And I don't have another one I can just show you. But I promise you, I had the one red light right here. And on my TV screen it said E74. So, and this is what I did to fix it. And this is why it works now. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and shut it off. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and unplug the AV and power cable. Just like that. Alright, now there's going to be two things you're going to need for this. First thing you're going to need is rubbing alcohol. Get the highest percentage as you can. Mine's 91. 91 will work. If you can get higher, go ahead and get it. This is just what they had at Walmart. Or if you just have some lying around, just try to get it in the 90s. It's better for your Xbox. It really doesn't cost that much. The only thing that's really going to cost you money is this. This is the thermal, high density thermal compound. You can pick this up at Radio Shack, Best Buy, I think Sears has it too. Anywhere they sell computer stuff. Make sure that you get the most expensive kind you can, which is about $10. Because this is, make sure it at least has high density. Because this is the only thing you can really use on these GPUs and CPUs, because it gets very hot, and any other kind would actually just burn up. Okay. Alright, once you have all your stuff, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and strip down the Xbox to this point. I'm not going to show you how to do it because there are videos on YouTube on how to do it. So, but I will show you what to do after you get down to about this far. The first thing you'll do is once you get it here, go ahead and take out the disk drive. You just pop it right off. And there are two cables in the back. Just pull on them. You're not going to break them. Just pull on them and they'll come right off. Just leave those in there. The next thing to do is this white plastic thing is the duct. Go ahead and pull that right off. Mine just slides right off. Yours might need to fiddle a little bit. There's a little tab. Just, you'll figure it out. It's not that hard. The next thing to do is to take a Torx T9, a star type screwdriver. You actually needed it to get it down to this far anyway, but it's actually a different size. It's a T9, and you can use the T9 to unscrew the bottom, but this specifically needs a T9. It won't take anything bigger. A T10 will not work. Get a T9. There are 3 screws here. There's actually a white tab. I've already taken it off, but there are 3 screws right here. Go ahead and unscrew them. I've already done it. Once you unscrew them, just pull it right off. Slides right off. Put this somewhere safe. You do not want to break this, because if you break it, you're screwed. Okay? The next step is to take this, push on this white tab and unplug the fan. It's right here. All you have to do is push on it and lift. You might have to use your fingernail to lift up on it, because it sometimes gets stuck in there, but there you go. And just pull it right off. And then take the fan out. Now there are 2 tabs right here. All you have to do is really just lift on the metal and just pull them right off. Slide them forward. Just pull the fan right out. Just like that. Put the fan to the side. Alright. The next step is to go ahead and flip over your Xbox. Alright. Now if you haven't already done it, there are screws along the side here that match the same screws that you used to take it apart. Just go ahead and take every single one of them out. I've already done it. And they also use the Torx, as you probably already know. Alright. Now, I don't know if this is your first time taking apart your Xbox. This isn't my first time. I've actually done some modifications to mine. There will also be some T9 screws right here. Torx T9 screws on the bottom here. Go ahead and take those off. That means you still have the X clamps, and no one has ever taken apart your Xbox before. Mine does not have the X clamps, actually, which I'll show you in a minute. But if you do have these little black screws here, go ahead and take them off. After you take off everything, the motherboard should just slide right off. Just be very careful. You do not want to damage the motherboard. Hang on a second. Alright. And then just put the metal casing to the side. Alright. So basically you should just be down to the bare motherboard. Just like this. Now, if you notice, I do not have the X clamps on mine. I've actually got rid of those because they are a piece of crap. If you still have them, you can replace them, or you can leave them on there. Sometimes people say this error actually does come from the X clamps, but as you can see, I did not have the X clamps, and it still broke. So, you know, it might be the problem, might not. If you want to fix that problem, there are videos on how you replace the X clamps with screws. Just type that in on YouTube. And I forgot what size these are. That's why I'm telling you to go on YouTube. I really don't know what size they are. I forgot. All I know is that they're metric, and you need both plastic and metal washers, and you need, I think they're 5mm screws. I don't know. I don't go by my word. I really don't remember. Okay. Now, when you have that error on your Xbox, what's wrong with it is the GPU. That's what's wrong. The CPU is fine. The CPU works perfectly fine. The problem is the GPU. That's what we're trying to fix. Okay? What you're going to do is, if you still have the X clamps, you're going to have to take these off. Mine are screws, so all I have to do is unscrew them. If you have the X clamps, all you have to do is take a small screwdriver and pop them off. Just make sure you're very careful. You do not want to damage the motherboard. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off. And yes, you can damage the motherboard. I've seen some friends do it before who just really didn't care. They were just going at it really fast. Just be careful during this part, because you can damage it, you can mess it up, and you can make the problem worse. Also, I would like to also take this time while I'm unscrewing it to let everybody know that I am not responsible to what happens to your Xbox. I will not be held accountable to what happens. This is at your own risk. If you take your Xbox apart, you will void your warranty. You will cancel Microsoft being able to fix it. And if you do any type of modification, that definitely will void your warranty, like me. So, and if your Xbox still isn't fixed, it's not my fault. You know, this is just a suggestion on how to fix it. If you're still under warranty, don't even do this. Just send it in. It's free. Go ahead and do it. Even if it costs some money, it's better than just taking it apart and having to buy a whole brand new Xbox. But this is a way you can fix it, is all I'm saying. Okay, so once you get that off, I want to go ahead and take this off. Just like that. Alright, now, I'm going to take this to the side. Just like that. Okay, now, when you look at this, in your GPU, there are two chips. There are two little metal things, alright? Now, what you're going to do is first you're going to take the heat sink and you're going to clean this off with the rubbing alcohol. Okay, I'm not going to clean it off because this is actually the thermal compound I've already put on there. There's no sense in taking it off. It's still good. And then you're going to take the rubbing alcohol and make sure you use a Q-tip. Do not use anything else. Alright? When you use the Q-tip, fray it off, but leave a little bit on there and then twist it. Make sure there's no excess cotton going around. Dip it in the alcohol and clean off the chip. Alright? These two metal chips right here, these two little, see them? These two little metal chips should be very shiny. You know, you could pretty much almost see yourself in them. Alright, that's what you want to do. Alright, once you do that, the next step is to take your thermal compound, like this. Go ahead, and this doesn't take much. It really doesn't. A little bit goes a very long way. Just put just a little, just a very tiny little dot in the middle of that big one. Just a nice little dab, just like that. Alright, it really doesn't take much. Here, I don't know if you can see it really. It really doesn't take much. You can use your finger if you want to. Actually, I find it the easiest way to do it, but you can use something, you know, that doesn't, you know, don't use a Q-tip because it, you know, has cotton on it, but use something if you want to move it around, I just use my finger and just cover basically the entire metal of that chip. Sorry, I had hair on there. Don't want hair on there, trust me. And just pretty much just cover the chip. Just paint it a very thin coat. It should get very thick and like rough when you move it. That's good. That's what it should be doing. You know. And I know it doesn't seem like much. You're like, how's that going to absorb heat? It will. Trust me. This stuff is made to do it. And just do the same. You can use the excess on that one, or you can put just half of what you did on this one on here. I've already got some on there. I'm not going to put any more. So I'm going to just rub it thin, clean, just like that. That's all you need is that right there. Okay. Now, after you've done this, the first thing you're actually going to want to do is go ahead and see if it fixed the problem. A lot of people, what they've done is that they've re-cleaned it and they did this and it actually fixed it. I really don't know if it's going to fix it or not for you, or it could be a different experience. Alright? You're going to go ahead and put it back on and reattach the X clamps onto the Xbox. You're going to go ahead and hook up the power and AV cable. And basically, you don't have to put in the fans if you don't want to. Just put this back on and then put the power and AV cables back on. Turn it on. Make sure that you put this back on, because that's how you need to turn it on. Turn it on and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then that means you have a different problem, which I'm about to show you. If it does work, then congratulations.